You ever been so disrespected that the only way to respond was with a hammer and 60 feet of treated lumber? That's exactly what I did. Built a fence so bold, so surgically placed that it sliced our lakefront in half. Right through her jet ski ramp, her tiki torches, and her ego. Peace, on the other. Karen and the ruins of her lakefront empire, on one side. Here's how one fake document led to the biggest HOA meltdown our neighborhood has ever seen. 5 years ago, I bought my dream house in a quiet lakeside community. The deed included access to a private stretch of lakefront with a dock and beach perfect for my kids. Our boat and lazy Sunday swims. Then came Karen. She banned lawn ornaments, fine people or mailbox colors, and then she gave half my lakefront to her cousin Margaret. 6 months ago, she bullied her way into the HOA presidency and things got weird fast. They laughed. My 8-year-old daughter tried to go swimming, and Margaret blocked her path, literally stood in front of her and said, "Private beach, sweetie," and a stamp that looked like it came from a party store. But her entire setup sprawled across both halves. No warning. No discussion. Just a printed HO agreement reassignment on my mailbox with Curran's signature ran clean through the yard, the dock, and yes, right through Margaret's lakefront kingdom. Phones came out. Curran came out screaming in pajamas and curlers. She threatened lawsuits. She called the police. Within days, Margaret turned the beach into a luxury resort. Giant speakers, inflatable flamingos, LED torches, even construction on a jet ski ramp. I confronted her. Politely, she waved the document and told me Karen said I could have it. You only use it on weekends anyway. I checked with the county. The lakefront was deeded to my property. The HOA had zero authority to reassign it. Kern's document, legally worthless. I sent them both a certified letter with a 72-hour notice to clear out. Another neighbor exposed how Karen gave her brother-in-law fake landscaping contracts. The final straw, she came back crying. "I'm a contracts lawyer. I don't lose fights over paper." The board's lawyer finally spoke up and said she'd overstepped every boundary possible. So I pulled the survey map, hired a licensed surveyor, and confirmed that the lakefront was split evenly between Margaret's rental house and mine. It was time for action, not a letter, a line. At sunrise, the crew and I began construction. 6 feet tall, solid wood. Neighbors came out. They checked my paperwork and left. Margaret's lounge chairs, trapped. Her jet ski ramp, cut in half. Her speakers, blasted nothing but defeat. Karen called an emergency HOA meeting, accusing me of property terrorism. But the community was done with her. A retired judge stood up and cited the law she broke. And then Margaret's husband walked in, looked at the chaos, and said, "We're leaving." Karen tried one last power move, an executive order to tear down the fence. The board voted. Karen was out. Weeks later, Karen was charged with fraud and forced to repay $47,000 in misused HOA funds. Me? I sip coffee by the fence some mornings, watching the lake shimmer in the quiet. No speakers, no chaos. Just peace. Sometimes the best way to defend your property is to draw the line yourself. Liked watching Karen crumble? Smash that LIKE button and subscribe for more real HOA revenge stories every week. You never know when your neighbor might make the next episode.